Hey Jules, how's it going?
Doing lovely. How are you, Nathan?
Doing pretty well. Went on a pretty tough run this morning, so the body's a little sore, but excited to be working now. And yeah, I guess thank you for taking some time out of your day to hop on this call. I just want to ask you a few questions about your experience with dropshipping and e-commerce so far and in working with our team, obviously. So if you don't mind, why don't we start off with a bit of an introduction in terms of like who you are, how you got started with everything, and kind of what led you down the path of e-commerce.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I actually was really just stuck with I sold cars actually before this, and I was so comfortable at selling cars and really like in-person sales. Like I love it a lot. But then I finally ventured out of having my own business, and we were doing a lot of like in person. It was like with meditations and sound healing and stuff. And then we also sold online. So it was like these packages with the crystals and meditations. And so I was on the side of selling online. And I don't know, I was like, no, this is where it's at. And like the in-person thing, I don't know, it was like just kind of switch it up. And I was a little tired of, I don't know, just a different flow. And when I was doing online, we started to make ads on Facebook. And I had a partner at the time, but I was so confused. And the way she would tell me to do the ad, it just something felt really off about it, but I loved it. And I was really curious. And then one day I was sitting in my office and I said to the universe, I was like, I need a mentor who can teach me like how to sell online, because I could tell there was like a flow, just a certain flow to it. And I just really had no idea what I was doing. And then I go on YouTube and I start looking up just like how to sell online. And, I tried the Etsy thing. Like I was doing all these things myself and it just was not working. Then I found you guys. Actually, I found you. Yeah, I found you, Nathan. And I was like, drop shipping, like, what is that? And then I was like, oh, I could do the sound bowls from Ali because that's where I was getting the sound bowls from. And I was like, I could just build a website and drop ship. But then I don't know. I really talked to Bar actually when I reached out to you guys. And I don't know, I was at this like place of like, I really just want to be online, but let me pause because I am in this business. Like we have an LLC together, like we have a lot. So I just like paused for a month, watched, and I felt the same. And just so I dissolved that business. And for the past 6 months, this is my, yeah, 6 full months I've been with you guys. And I love it. It's right. So that's kind of how I got to you. Yeah. And
Awesome.
I really, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that's a really cool story. So it sounds like you've always kind of been more or less entrepreneurial, and even when you were, selling cars starting out, like you probably still had the mindset of like, you don't really want to trade your time necessarily directly for money, and you want to be in a position where you can get paid more depending on the value you provide, right?
Yeah, because there's so much cars I can you can sell, like I was like I had a 17-month, car year average, but like I was working 50 hours a week. Like that's
Yeah.
ridiculous. So yeah. So yeah, this is definitely more, I can actually grow this instead of just being at like a halt. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sweet. So I guess without kind of giving anything away, like you don't necessarily have to share what it is that you're selling or what it is that you're working on your website or anything. Maybe you can just kind of touch on some of the results that you've had thus far, and maybe that can help inspire some new people who are looking to start their own e-commerce brand as well.
Yeah. I certainly could not do this without you guys, at all. And actually, I'd be so lost. I don't know. It's like I've been doing it for 6 months, and like on the real thing, to be honest, there's now this an easy flow to find winning products. And I actually genuinely every day still do product research, and I find winning products but I'm on this product that I'm currently doing. But like someone from the mentorship, I sent her this one product that I saw. It was like a baby niche because I know she was like looking, and it's going great. Like, and then that store that I saw, I got them like 3 days into them scaling, and they're like scaling. So that's kind of been actually the easiest part, I feel like. Well, at first it wasn't easy. But now at this stage, so I've been running this store. It was my fifth test. And actually, because of your team, all of my tests, like I saw results. Like my very first test I did with you guys, because I don't know, I talk to Artem like every day. I don't know. I'm like, I say 911 Artem. Like,
uh,
but my first test, like I don't know, I got all them together, I got the list, like I don't know. And then the one that we did, I was running for like 2 weeks and we were getting sales. Like I was like breaking even. And then, but they were like, no, there's so many more better products out there that you can actually scale with. And then I ran like 3 more, but it was slow, but we got sales, you know. And
mhm.
then I don't know, it's a journey, because then I was trying to like make my own ad, and then like during that process, and like just you know, scraping whatever, and the guys are like, no, it's horrible, keep practicing. And then so I was like, so then I would like order, you know, from like bands off ads or viral e-commerce. And then I
Yeah.
finally, this fifth test was my second time with my own content, like that I ripped
Mhm.
successfully.
Yeah.
And this has been the store I've been like steadily on, because like my business manager could only do $50 a day, right? And then I patiently was scared to get another business manager, and then I finally did, but now I'm at 250 and I'm like stuck at 250. So really, like I'm I'm still like learning the ads. This store had my first month, because I coasted on like one interest, because I was at the $50, I profited $3,000, like just
Wow.
coasting on this one interest. And
That's
but
awesome.
now, yeah, but now we're at like profit of, you know, $400 overall in this store, because realistically, like just like turning certain ads off, or like how, you know, when to duplicate, when to turn into a CBO and ABO is like such a process.
Yeah.
So but we are profitable. I look today, we're at like close to $500 profit.
That's
So
awesome.
and I have my own ads. It's my own my own ads.
Yes, that's exciting. And you're planning on continuing this store, and then maybe like you said, you're still looking at winning products daily to just kind of have for maybe a future store that you launch, but this is kind of the main one that you're looking at scaling up.
Yeah, it's more like the guys were saying, you know, always keep doing product research. And I see
Yeah.
them having, you know, multiple stores, but I think it's more to keep that muscle
Hmm.
going, you
Yeah,
know, what a winning store looks like, you know. So
exactly. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm super excited to see you know, what's to come for you, especially heading into Q4, and these next few months are going to be pretty exciting and pretty big, I think. But I guess my last question for you before we wrap this up would be like, if you could give somebody, you know, maybe starting out, who obviously hasn't been through a couple months of experience and who hasn't quite like learned as much as you have when it comes to finding products and, you know, testing different ads and stuff like that, if they're just starting off as a complete beginner, what would be like the most important thing that you could tell them that you've learned along your journey so far?
well, I would say focus on right now. Like, what am I doing now? Just product research. Let me start grasping like product research. And then, you know, and then it's like, okay, now let me understand like how to build this website and like what a winning website looks like, or at least like the gist of it, you know. It's just more like the just focus on like now, because even when I was doing the emails, right, like I learned, oh, I'm actually building scripts, So if I
Hmm.
ever do hire somebody, like it's for the script. So, and then just patience, because I mean, I've only been doing this 6 months, and I still have 911 Artem every day. Like I don't know. Like I'm like with courage, and I'm always like courage, like just, but I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Just and knowing that. And then to keep it going though, because this job, it is it's every day. It's not like, oh, today's Labor Day in the US, I get the day off.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't work like that. It's actually like, no, I'm gonna have, the supplier hit me up this evening. I check emails in the, like, it is an everyday thing that I do. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's kind of what I have. Don't the future trip. Just stay right here, what you're doing right now. Yeah.
Well, awesome. I think that's a super valuable piece of advice, because I know like when I was first starting out and stuff, I was always thinking about the future and just like looking at so many different things, but I wasn't focusing on like the steps that in front of me that needed to be taken day by day and week by week. So super important to be going one step at a time. But yeah, I think that was super insightful, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to kind of just answer those few questions. I think it'll be helpful for somebody else who's looking to get started and stumbles across this video. So yeah, thank you again, and looking forward to everything that's to come over the next few months.
Thank you. Thank you, Nathan.